Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. You're a bit like me, not recovered from Tamworth yet? Or?
No,
Sorry,
that's I thought, you know what, the week after Tamworth, let's release a single and start the tour. So
that seems smart. Oh dear, that does not seem smart.
But it's definitely made things interesting for the last week or so.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair, because you had nothing else going on in life that's interesting at the moment. Like,
boring fella. So yeah.
You've got lots of news. I've been watching from the background. You've got baby on the way. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
When you've got a tour. Have you done that around baby due dates?
I have. So I'm unofficially calling the tour the Baby Bump Tour. I am working my butt off as much as I can in the lead up to the baby arriving at the end of May. I'm under strict instructions from Simone as to when I'm no longer allowed to be interstate, and I have to be within a certain amount of distance from home.
That's actually fair. So you're doing the further away now and bring it closer and closer. Was that your plan?
That would be great. I've still got WA, Tassie, Queensland. Actually, we're due at the end of May, and the first weekend of May, I'm at Charters Towers for their country music festival. So not the easiest place to get home from if things happen very early.
Oh dear. Well, I'm sure it will be fine, because it's going to go perfectly. Absolutely how we're going to go with it. While we're talking about your tour dates, I'm going to pop them on the screen. Thank you, Scott, for doing these lovely overlays for us. You've still got so many shows to do.
Yeah, and we've just announced a couple more as well, just looking there. So Saturday, 3rd of May is Charters Towers Country Music Festival, and we just added we just added South Morang in Victoria as well on the Friday, 21st of March. So, it's there. You got that one. But yeah, there's a lot happening. I mean, you know me. I like to stay busy.
Exactly right. You don't stop. Now, I know that we've got a few little fun facts here that Scott's thrown in for us, and he's done it without telling me. So I had to just click on the facts and figure out what they say once I put them up. So this one, fun fact, Andrew's the official ambassador for the dog on the TikTok and the guy. The dog that got stolen, that's now been fixed and replaced. It's back there. We're all calm.
I think out of all the photos that I've got, there is one photo that I have when the dog was not there.
Not there. Is that your favourite?
But yeah, I am the official ambassador. I'll be going past there tomorrow morning. I'm on my way to Sydney for shows. It looks really nice behind me, but it's actually a rest stop. I can see the toilet, and there's a little bar beside here. But it looks. It worked out okay.
Oh, good. As long as it's worked out fine, that's the main thing. So you're on the way to Sydney, as you were just saying. You've spent a lot of 2025 already on the road. You've been pretty busy. As you said, that's how you like it. New song, Nothing Better. How's that going?
Great. The response has been fantastic. I wanted to hit the ground running this year, and I thought, I've been working on a few tracks, and I thought Nothing Better was a great start to the year, especially after just having announced the baby on the way. It's a reflection on my life. When I wrote that, Simone and I just bought our first house. We'd been in 3 nights before I had to go to Nashville for the songwriting camp, and so I was just wanting to be at home, unpacking boxes and making some memories. that's what I say. I really just want to know where things would be when I got home. But
you were so serious about that too. I've helped you with merch. Like, that is so specific. Oh, I've lost your sound. Hang on. Oh, no sound. Hang on. Oh, got you back. You're there now. Got you.
Know where things are. But reflecting on life, and things were pretty good. And it wasn't that long ago I was fixing caravans, and my relationship history wasn't the strongest, and I thought maybe I'm just meant to be on my own. But everything sort of came together just in a roundabout way, and I was just thinking that all the bumps and hurdles that it took to get here were worth it. It made me who I am, put me where I am, and I'm pretty grateful for it. And so that's where the song came from.
100%. You never ever have I heard you release a bad song, but this song, I think, knowing your story, especially for a lot of fans, like we get to know artists a lot better these days. I think social media and all these platforms that we get to hear you guys do interviews on and hear what the meanings behind your songs and lyrics. It makes us feel like we are personally on that journey with all of you. And that's where I think this one is just a very nice one to hear coming from you and where you've been.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I loved about country. What made me fall in love with country music was the connection to the songs and the artist, and you feel like you're on that journey. And I feel like that's, I've got a brand new bass player, and I tried explaining to him he's never been in the country scene before, and I said, look, people they're going to want to get to know you. They're going to want to get to know your fiance. It's all, they like feeling connected to us and what we do and being along for the ride. And and if you're not okay with that, then probably shouldn't be in country music, because that's the way it is. But so far, he's loving it, and it's such a great aspect of Australian country music.
Did he go to Tamworth?
He did. It was his first one, actually.
Yeah.
So
how did
he really enjoyed it. He's already talking about next year. He played for a couple of other artists as well. So I put the word in with Billy Joe Porter and Bryce Sainty that I had a bass player who was looking for an extra gig if they needed one, and he absolutely smashed it. Got up there, didn't have any charts. He learned everything and just memorized the whole show and nailed it. So he's really enjoying himself.
And I mean, 3 amazing artists to be on stage with this, and you can't get a better feel with those artists. All of you. Great fun.
Yeah.
We actually got to catch up with Billy Joe in Tamworth. I saw Bryce really quickly, so we love having them on the show as well. Hitting the road, new songs, first part of the year. What is your plans for the rest of the year? You just want to have a bit of time at home with baby born, have a bit of a rest?
Yeah, I mean, look, you wouldn't believe it, but in the middle of all this touring, I've actually got studio time booked as well to hopefully record the rest of the next album.
When I saw your Tassie shows, I had a little feeling.
Yeah, I'm just going to hang around for a week, and Simone's coming with me. It's her first time to Tassie.
Oh,
yeah, so we're going to catch the boat over, and she's going to hang around for a week, and we'll try and see a little bit in between recording. But the plan is to record as much as I can and hopefully get all my parts down, and then Matt can do some tweaking afterwards, and then I'll have some singles to dribble out while I'm changing nappies, and then hopefully have the album out before the end of the year.
How exciting! So, are you all songs are chosen and ready for the album? Like, or are you still sort of mixing a bit?
I like to write right up until I go in. I've probably got enough, but I also like to have a couple of extras to choose from, and you never know. Like, for instance, when I went to record The Art of Letting Go, I was all booked in, had to cancel because of another lockdown in Melbourne, and then we wrote after that. So A Head Full of Honey wouldn't have been on that record if it hadn't been for enough.
That's one of my favourites. Aside from the fact that you had honey as merch, I thought that was genius, and it was Tasmanian honey. It was actually one of my favourites.
Right, the honey went super quick. I ended up having to do a second batch of it.
Maybe that's something you need to do again, because I'd buy some because it was really good.
Back at some point, it was delicious too.
It was. At some point. Yes. So yeah, you've got a lot happening at the moment, music wise. As you said, like, you're on the road. Do you try and write when on the road, or is that a home thing for you?
I try and come up with a couple of ideas when I'm driving, because I'm on my own. Your mind wanders a bit. But I mean, usually when I'm at home is when I do the writing. actually it's been great. I've written. I'm not someone who writes all the time. I usually write for a project. And Phil Barton happened to be in town last week, so he popped around. Simone and I wrote a song with Phil, and then I just had Billy Joe Porter on tour with me for the weekend, and she hung around for an extra couple of days. So we sat down and wrote a song as well. So yeah, I mean, it's the collaborating is a lot of fun, and the house that we moved into, I've set up a room as a writing room. People always go, "Are you setting up a studio?" But I'm not a studio guy. I'd rather have a writing space.
So what's a writing space for you? Is it blank walls or is it different ideas?
No, I've got guitars hanging on the walls. I mean, there's a TV in there as well. It does double up a little bit as an extra lounge, but there's a nice couch to sit on, and I've got my records in there, my vinyl, my record player, and all that sort of stuff. So it's a nice. People always walk into the room and go, "Oh, I love this room."
I have a music room like that with my records, my vinyls. It's actually my garage because I needed it bigger than the house room.
Yeah.
It's all out there now. All the old jukebox, the old record players right through to my new ones. So it's a special thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's really nice to have a space for that. I mean, it does get used by the rest of the family as well sometimes, but predominantly that's what it's for. And this is the first time I've hung my guitars on the walls. You know, I've never done that before, so it's really nice to be able to do that and, you know, really create a space.
That is very special. You'll have to come and visit when you're down here because I've got some really special guitars that I think I'm going to put on the wall. But I'll have to take Simone out for a drive while you go and record. I'll take her and show her around all the sites.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love Tassie. I'm really looking forward to showing it to her. You know, I spent a lot of my my childhood on school holidays down there. Yeah, I think we've spoken. My grandma used to live right on the Tamar River, so I can't wait to show her what it's like down there.
I'll have to find out what house that was in because I actually grew up on the Tamar River, down the Tamar River. Yeah, so it's probably I might have seen you when we were running around as kids. You never know. Oh, I lost you again. Hang on. Oh, no. Yep, now you're back. I don't know. It just stopped for a sec. You're back now.
Right by the back.
Batman Bridge, yeah. Well, my dad used to work on the Batman Bridge. He used to, I don't know if you remember how tall it is, but he used to climb up to the top to do something. I don't know what he did, but he did something at the top of it.
Walk to there from her house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we would have probably seen you as kids. There's another fun fact here that Scott has done. Andrew first began playing in a band called Race the Fray, which was Melbourne indie pop punk band. Do you still do anything from those days?
Oh no, they were good fun days. We were originally called the Fray, and then the Fray from America came out. Where it was the same spelling and everything. We ended up getting a call from their record label saying, "Hey, you guys need to change your name." So that was fun, but it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot in that band. It was great. I played guitar and did some backing vocals, and we toured a bit. We played on Rove Live as a house band one time, and it was always exciting to get your music video on Rage or get added to Nova or something. So it was a lot of fun. But then when I started writing my own stuff, people said, it sounds like it's got a bit of a country vibe. And being a Melbourne pop punk guy, I was like, don't use that C word with me. Yeah.
And yet, here we are. How many gold guitars later?
My biggest regret in life is that I didn't, I wasn't open to country music sooner. And, turns out I have been listening to it for most of my life. But I didn't realize how country Johnny Cash was. It's just stuff that we heard around the house.
Yeah. So. I think that's the thing with country music. I think everybody has probably liked some sort of country music in their life, but not actually realised it was country. I think that seems to be our biggest thing in this industry.
Absolutely.
We've got some people popping in. Kaz is watching. She said, what has she said? I can't see it. Going to go to where my dad's family, where my dad's family settled, and she knows the dog very well.
Yeah.
And Jan has popped in to say hi.
Hello.
There's lots of comments here. Billy Joe is wonderful. I completely agree. And she has really cool t-shirts. I love
She does. I love her new ones with the howling one. I was meant to grab one and I forgot.
I know, me too, actually. I said to her, I'm coming to get one, and I didn't get back. I know you're in a rush to get back on the road every day. Social media, what is the best place? Do you have any that you prefer to?
Yeah, look, I probably use Instagram and Facebook the most. I'm terrible at TikTok. I've got it, but I should. But yeah, look, all of those things are good. I think I'm very active on Instagram and Facebook. I like doing the stories, nice and quick and easy, and so not just the music ones. Someone would have said I'm sure plenty of people saw how much paint I spilled painting the nursery the other day. So.
And did you get much on the walls? Is it all finished?
Sorry, what was that?
Did you get any on the walls? Is it finished? Is it all ready to go?
The walls are finished. I bought the paint and then found out that Simone wanted me to colour drench it, which meant painting the roof, the walls, the cupboard door, all the trims and everything, all the one colour, which it does look great, but it was a lot more work. And then not to mention running out of paint, and they gave me the wrong tint. Out of the roof before realising it was the wrong tint because it was slightly different. And then spilled like a quarter of the tin as well. So it was a good time.
So perhaps stick to singing is where we're really.
From that and the next room, I'm going to absolutely smash.
Yeah, that's right. Now you know. Kaz has said, "Love your son. All the best for you and Sim." Absolutely. I'm hoping we get to see another single before the album, and catch up with you in person down here, hopefully, or on the mainland.
When we're in there and have a look. Oh, you lost me again?
Got you back. You came back. It just took a second.
Oh, I mean, that was a terrible time to lose me because I was saying maybe you should pop into the studio while we're in there and check it out.
I've been there a couple of times. It'd be great to come down. I haven't actually seen in the studio, but I've done a few of the shows down there. So you're only about an hour from me. I'm at the Launceston Airport, so you're not too far.
Right, look, you can come to the show and then take Damien back to the airport for his 6:20 flight the next morning.
Perfect. I can do that. He's 3 minutes from my door to the airport door, so that's easy. Well, thank you so much. I know that you're on the road, and I can see that the phone service is going crazy for us. I don't know why it just randomly does that to us, but it does. So Thank you so much for joining us. I will pop up the QR code for Google when we get offline here. But if you guys want to go back through the video, you can scan that QR code that's already there. Make sure that you have a listen if you haven't already to Nothing Better.
Music video with Simone popping up in it.
And that is in the comments as well. So have a look. Have a look, everybody. Thank you very much.
Apologies, my reception's no good. I thought I was in a good spot. So
you were good. You've been fine till just now. So I reckon that's just timing. All right, guys. We'll see you all at 8. We've got Courtney Carl coming back. So make sure you hang in there. We'll see you shortly. Thank you.